Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome back to my page, Harmony Lives in Me. And I will be sharing my meditation with y'all. I called it Let Go and Let God. Have you found yourself to be an obsessive doer? You're always trying to complete something, one task after the other, and you're just always busy and won't let up. You won't stop to consult with God at all or pray about it at all. You're just trying to do it all on your own. Well, after you hear this meditation, it may give you some different perspective and another insight on how you can go about uh, just letting up and just let go and let God. So it reads, I open my heart and mind to be aware the energy I give to what I do determines if my actions are healthy or unhealthy. There is a difference between a goal and an obsession. There is also a difference between being responsible and being compulsive. Many people are obsessive doers. They have so much to do that the very qualities that drive them towards success are the qualities that create their tension and frustration. And there's just sharing here that um, I, at one time when I was much younger, I found myself to be exactly this, an obsessive doer. I was always in a hurry. I was always frustrated, and I would get angry very easily. I snap somebody up quickly. And I remember this man, I used to go by this store every day on my way to work or on the way home. And I would be rushing in there, especially on my way to work because I'm always running late. And he told me, he said, young woman, he said, I see you coming here every day, going to work. He said, you why don't you slow down some, slow down and take your time. And I look back and reflect on those moments. I still remember those days when I would run in there and then when he told me that. And I was always in a hurry trying to reach the next destination or the next task, or just always trying to get things done. I was a single mother with two boys, and I just felt like I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but I'm going to go on and share the rest of this meditation. It say that we have so much to do that the very qualities that drive them towards success are the qualities that create their tension and frustration. It is true that anything you desire to have in life, you must work for. The question is, do you have to work so hard? Must you always have something to do? It is possible that you could ease up just a little. And that's what he was telling me. I was a hard worker. I worked Monday through Friday. I was a sewing machine. I worked on a sewing machine. I was working at this men's uniform factory, and I was sewing the pockets on the shirts. And I would work 40 hours a week. Um, First, I would drop my kids off at school or make sure they went to school. And I had my younger son, I had to make sure he went to daycare. And then I had to rush to work. I had to um, uh, complete a production. I had a certain production. I had to do 12 dozens of pockets a day. Then I would get off, go take care of my sons, cook their meals, make sure they did their homework. It was just so much to do. So it's saying here, yeah, at that time, but I think we all are when we are much younger until we get older, more mature, and we get to where we can maybe ease up a little bit. So it's saying here, must you always have something to do? Is it possible that you could ease up a little, just a little bit? Most people would say no. Very few of us understand that for every step we take towards our desires, the universe will take too. So that's where God comes into play. The universe, he will take two. So we got to remember that God is always present in our lives. We forget all about him because we so busy trying to keep our head above water. We, like I said, I was rushing here, rushing there. When I get home, I had to cook. I had to make sure they had a meal. I had to make sure they did the homework, and then I had to keep the house clean. I just forgot all about God. But he's saying here, the universe will take two. All I had to do was remember, if I take one step, God would take two. If we have to do it all on our own, there is absolutely nothing left for God to do for us. So God feels like, well, God is a jealous God. He feels like if you don't remember me, I'm going to take that second step for you. He feel like we don't need him. So there's absolutely nothing left for him to do if we trying to do it all. So one reason we work so hard is that we are afraid. Few people will admit it, but most of us live in fear that we are not going to achieve our goals, receive the results we expect, or fulfill our heartfelt desires. It is this fear that causes us to engage in a power struggle with God. So if you really believe that you have to do it all, what do you think God is doing or can do for you? So it's out of fear. We're afraid it won't happen. We're afraid we won't get it done, or we're afraid that we'll run out of time. So when we're much younger, we don't think about running out of time. But I think when we get older, if you're still struggling with trying to do so much and not giving yourself any easing up a little bit, you feel like you're going to run out of time. But when we are younger, we're just scared it's not going to happen. We can't believe it. So we try so hard and we forget that God, the universe, if we take one step, he will take two. Okay. If you really believe that you have to do it all, what do you think God is doing or can do for you? Strain, struggle, frustration, tension, anxiety, compulsion, obsession, and fear are the results you get when you are pushing too hard. This is all, and if you all, because we all have busy lives, we don't have time to do anything. We don't have time to answer our emails. We don't have time to text people back. I feel you. I can relate because I find myself doing that sometimes too. But since I've gotten older and I'm retired, I recently retired from being a nurse after 36 years. I said I'm not in no hurry to become anything. I have launched off to become a coach mentor for young women that's coming through nursing school, but I'm taking my time. I don't feel like I have to be in a hurry. I am comfortable with where I am. So it takes a while to get to this point, but these are some of the things that we go through: strain, struggle, frustration, tension, anxiety, compulsion, obsession, and fear are the results you get when you are pushing too hard. Those are some hard things to go through. I mean, every last one of those words that describe our mental state, rather, I would say, is more mental than physical. God, the creative force of the universe, the power over all life, doesn't have to push to get what you want. So we give it to God, and it's saying that you won't have to work so hard. You won't have to push so hard because God doesn't have to push to get anything that he wants. As a matter of fact, if you would just ease up a little bit, you might be surprised by what God will do on your behalf. Just acknowledge that he's in your presence at all times. He's right there waiting on you to allow him to take that next step for you. So until today, you may not have been aware that you can do too much. In fact, you may have been a stumbling block on your own path. Just for today, ease up, relax, sit back, and put your feet up. Give God a chance to do something for you. And it ends with tell yourself, repeat after me, today I am devoted to not doing what God can do for me. Whew, I really enjoyed that meditation. It helps me. It's just a reminder. And sometimes I forget. I get so busy, wrapped up doing things I want to do, trying to do this and trying to do that. I'm adjusting to not working, having to get up and go to work. I'm still loving this life though. Just doing what I want to do when I want to do it. So once I get it all ironed out, I think I'm going to be right where I want to be. But just remember, y'all, let go and let God. Thank y'all for coming to my page. Happy Saturday. And remember, my book's on Amazon.com. I write to inspire, motivate, and encourage women as well as men. And God bless you. Have a happy Saturday.